What's up, everybody? On this video, we will be talking about the 5 habits we practice to maintain our healthy and happy relationship.
Welcome back, everybody, to our channel. We are on day 30 something.
38, I think. I'm not sure.
Day 38 of our quarantine. Haven't gotten a haircut, haven't shaved in 38 days.
You're looking like Wolverine.
Thank you. Francis and I have been married for a little over 2 months. We've been together for roughly around 2.5 years. One of the things we're very grateful for is we have had very little conflicts in our relationship. We haven't had any major fights, and for the most part, despite being very different, we're getting along.
Different.
We're getting along for the most part. And
He gives in.
partly because I give in. Another reason why is because we were very intentional from the start of our relationship and created habits that we wanted to share with you what was very key to our relationship.
The first habit that we do is what we call our daily update. Ever since we were dating, we've been doing this, and this comprises 3 things. First is the recap of our day. Second is our highlight for the day. And the third one is what we are grateful for.
I'm very proud to say that even before we were officially together, we've done this every single night without fail. The reason we decided to do this was to give us a form of communicating together, giving us the opportunity to update each other and open up to each other so that we can really understand and get in the habit of sharing things with each other.
I used to be so annoyed at Earl when he asked me to do this because I would be very sleepy at night, late at night, and then I have to send my update to him. Now I actually appreciate it because it deepens my communication with him.
We used to do this via IG story. We used to send IG story updates to each other. Now that we're married, we do it in bed before we sleep. I really believe that this is key in helping maintain our happy relationship. The second habit, admittedly, only recently, is we've been following a devotional book by Gary Chapman. It's actually a wedding gift. And it's called the Love Language Minute Devotional. This basically helps us to understand how to communicate to each other better through our 5 love languages. Every day, we have a specific message that we read together, followed by a discussion. And I can happily say, doing this together, we've been understanding each other and we've been opening up conversations that we normally wouldn't have had had we not read this book.
The third habit we do is attend a couples D group under CCF. We actually attend the D group of Lynn and Cindy.
Hi, Felindy. We meet every Thursday, usually, but under these circumstances with the quarantine, we now meet via Zoom or sometimes Facebook Messenger. The reason why the D group has been so impactful for us is we are learning from other Christian couples who are going through the same issues and the same transitions that we have been going through. We have been attending this D group actually right before I proposed.
Yeah.
So through every stage in our relationship, from the engagement, the wedding planning, the wedding, and even after, we've had people that have been very helpful, guiding us, giving us really good advice. At the same time, they are a couple that we really look up to, are very godly, and we are modeling our relationship to be like theirs as well.
I find the D group helpful because it's like an accountability group. It's a very safe environment. We can share what we want and they're not gonna judge us. Same thing with them as well. We share our struggles, challenges, even our happy times. It's good to know that people are there to pray for us as well.
Shout out to Aldrich and Scene, to other members of our D group. Habit number 4. Early on in our relationship, we attended a conference called the I Do Conference at CCF. One of the things that we learned from Joy and Edric, I think, was to not have any unresolved issues. Meaning,
No sweeping under the rug.
yes, whenever there's an issue, somebody's mad at the other about something, we are not allowed to go to sleep until we resolve these issues. And usually they're not anything serious, but sometimes feelings linger. There actually have been times where we've been up till 2 or 3 a.m. trying to resolve these very small issues just to make sure that there aren't any, what Gary Chapman calls, yellow jackets. Issues that don't get resolved and swept under the rug and eventually just build up inside. I think that that has been very helpful in our relationship in that we don't have any hard feelings towards each other, or so I think.
You know, admittedly, I'm the type of person who likes to process things first. I'm very emotional and I just want to be left alone first and not discuss any problems. But I'm grateful because Earl here would really ask me, what's wrong? How can I help you? Then we would discuss things. I'll actually be very annoyed because we'll be up until 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. But when I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful because it's a new day, it's a new start. And then at least there's no unresolved issues. So the fifth and the last habit that we have is date night. This is actually my favorite because every time we have date night, I feel spoiled. Every week, we can go out, eat good food. There's excuse to dress up. I just want undivided attention from Earl. I also think date night would help keep the spark alive because it reminds me of those times when we were just dating, we're not yet married, chilling, eating out, talking, trying good food, trying dessert, just not having any worries. Right now that we're on lockdown, we haven't got out on a date.
We did have a date
Actually, one time we had a date
on our balcony.
drinking
We
wine.
drank a bottle of wine, we did our devotions, and we watched the stars and the moon.
How romantic.
The concept of prioritizing date night is something I actually learned from my D group. Sometimes when people get married, they no longer feel the need to have to pursue their wife because they're already married. When you're single, it's very easy to take them on a date because you're pursuing them. You're trying to win them over. The infatuation stage is still there. Now that we're married, I want to show my wife I'm not going to stop pursuing her. I'm still going to try to sweep her off her feet and try to be romantic and still try to win her over, show her that I still value her, still view her as beautiful, still prioritize her. And that's the reason why we have our date nights.
It's a great feeling to be pursued.
Yes. And that's the importance of date night. Showing your wife she's still prioritized by you. Under normal circumstances, when we're not in lockdown and we're going through our busy schedule of always having everything, it's very hard to have that alone romantic time with your wife and your partner. That's the reason why we set aside one night per week minimum and we have a date.
25 nights.
Now it's a little bit hard with the lockdown, so we're trying to improvise a little bit. To be honest, I haven't been that good with having our date nights over here. Thanks for the reminder. And those are the 5 habits we've created for ourselves to maintain our happy relationship. The first one being giving a daily update to each other every single night. Number 2, doing a couples Devo together. Number 3, joining a couples D group. Number 4, having no unresolved issues every single night, meaning if there's any issues that we have, we can't go to sleep until we resolve it. And number 5, her favorite, date night. We are not saying that we have a perfect relationship at all. We do have minor disagreements here and there. We are not trying to say that we are experts. These are just the 5 habits that we've implemented because we understand that having a happy relationship is not something that comes naturally. It is something that you're going to have to be intentional to work towards.
These are just the few things that so far have been working for us. How about you guys? Do you have any tips that you can share? Please feel free to comment below. We would love to learn from you.
That's it for our video. Hope you guys enjoyed and found value in it. If so, if you can please like and subscribe the video, we'd really appreciate it.
See you again next time. Bye.